The water device in Fortnite Creative is game changing, but can be used in interesting ways to make mini BR maps, and I'm going to show that off in this video. If you do enjoy and want to show any further support, consider using my creator code NovaJay. And thank you to my YouTube members. Let's get into the first example, shall we? So one issue many mini BR creators have with creative mode is that there isn't an island which only consists of water. We have the archipelago islands, but they are covered with inconvenient islands. However, we can turn the XL grid island into completely water with the water device. Place down the device in the center. Change the width and depth to 100. And raise the height by 2 or 3. Now if we hit enable during all, you will see our water. You can also see it doesn't cover XL islands. All you need to do to fix this is to expand the width and depth of the device by resizing it. And now you're left with a completely water island. Now the only issue with this is you can see the grid below, so the only good way to fix this is to cover the grid with floor terrain. Just fully size up a floor piece, and get copying. If you're patient enough for that, you will have a nice water island with no tropical islands in your way. This next example is for anyone who isn't good at making custom terrain, or prefers to use template island terrain. Select any terrain island you like, and build up to where you want the top of your water to be. I'm doing mine up to here so that the tops of these mountains will still be visible, which will save me having to make my own. Now place your water device at the top, and count down how many walls it takes before you reach the floor. And now put that as your water height, along with the width and depth being 100. And resizing it. By counting the walls, my water height is exactly where I wanted it, and by doing this, you have plenty of space to build your terrain, but you also have some cool advanced terrain which might be too hard for some creators to make. I'm going to quickly build some basic terrain connecting these mountains to show you what I mean. As you can see, by mixing extremely basic terrain with a cool template island terrain, you get this really cool terrain island. Now I only built this in 2 minutes, however take your time with this because you can make some amazing terrain creations. But I made the mistake of placing this terrain on the water height, and you can see the water showing through, so just make sure not to do this. But this shows that you can use template islands in really creative ways, and will speed up the building process for less skilled creators. For the final example, I made a much more advanced version of this idea, so let's go and take a look. Now I'm on an XL island. I've repeated what I just showed you. I have my water height. The water device covers the entire island. But this time I've put more time and effort into creating some terrain to really show you how this technique can be used. So let's just start game and take a look. And here we are. I personally think this looks really cool. Now I've only built flat terrain, but build whatever style of terrain you like, and see if it works. It still looks amazing with flat terrain. And like I said, really helps with people who struggle with more advanced inclines and mountains. I also added some grass to blend my terrain with the template terrain. You can do this with snow template islands, desert template islands, the list just goes on and on, but it's all about experimenting. If you take the time to mess around with different islands and styles, you might find the perfect match for you. So with that said, I do hope this video is helpful to someone, and I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did enjoy, feel free to drop a like, and maybe even subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.